Hello, students. Today we are going to see this new chapter which is known as working with the Windows operating system. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to see about about operating system. So, what is operating system and how it works? Okay, so we are going to discuss about the various Windows operating system versions. Okay, different types of Windows operating system versions, and so to know we are going to understand about the concepts like desktop and the elements of Windows. What are all the elements of Windows operating system? And here you can going to explore about document windows, compare different types of icons, explore the Windows directory structures. Okay, so you can see that there are different types of folders, different types of files. We are going to discuss everything. Okay, so to practice creating folders and files in specific drives. Okay, so what are all the different types of files and folder system available in this operating system can be discussed here. So next is to manage files and folders, and to know to properly start and to shut down the computer. Okay, so everything can be discussed in this chapter. So what is operating system? Okay, so introduction to operating system is a system software. Okay, so we have seen what two types of softwares. One is application software and another one is system software. So this operating system comes under this system software uh, that enables the hardware to communicate and operate to other softwares. Okay, it is also act as an interface between the user and the hardware. So and controls the overall execution of the computer. Okay, so this acts as a interface or communicates between the hardware and the user. Okay, so without OS, computer will not be useful. Okay, so it's like a soul to a body. Okay, so our body and internal structures, internal organs are the hardware, but without the soul, okay, or without the software, without the operating system, it is not a whole computer. Okay, so you can see that these are all the structure of operating system. Here you can see that so many users are interacting with the software only. Okay, so software are two types: system software and application software. So even system software, some of the system software will be using this operating system to get connected to the hardwares. Okay, so so driver softwares. Okay, uh, you can see that when you buy or when you install new operating system to your computer, you'll be facing some drive. Install this audio drive or install this Bluetooth interface drive to properly work with the appropriate hardwares. Okay, so this kind of drivers comes under this system software. Even this kind of system software is interacting with the operating system to get connected with the particular hardware. Okay, so number of system software and application software uses this operating system to get connected to the CPU, RAM, and IO. IO means input output devices. Okay, such as keyboard, mouse, printer, uh, display units such as monitors, projectors, etc. Okay, so following are Following are some of the important functions of operating system. So memory management, process management, device management, file management. So we'll be seeing in a detailed way how this memory management, process management, device management works. Okay, and security management, control over system performance, error detection and aids, coordinating between other softwares and users. So these are all the main work that can be done by operating system for a smooth working of the computer. So next is you can see that the most popular operating systems are as follows. Okay, Windows series for desktop and laptop computers. You can see that Windows 7 or Windows 10 is the latest one that is available in the market. And Android, you know that this is the mobile operating system, which is I think Android 11, I think. Okay, so and you can see that iOS 15. Okay, so that is available recently to the market. Okay, so this iOS is for operating is an operating system that is only meant for Apple computers and Apple phones and iPods, iPhones. Okay. Next is Linux. Linux is an operating system that is open source. Open source means you can download it that operating system or software, open source software for free of cost, and even you can change the features of it. So if you want to change the feature, then you can go. If you know the programming code language that they use, then you can change it like whatever you need. Okay. Next is introduction to Microsoft Windows operating system. So Microsoft is the company that produces Windows operating system. So you know that Microsoft belongs to Bill Gates. Okay. So even every computer needs operating system to function. So Microsoft Windows is one of the most popular graphical user interface. Okay, which means that GUI means graphical user interface. So in olden days, before invention of GUI, graphical user interface, there will be some commands to open a file. Only when you open the computer, it will be in black in color. The screen will be black in color. A cursor will be blinking. So you have to type the command to open any file. You have to enter the data and you have to save it and close it. Everything will be done by using commands. But here, when GUI graphical user interface is created, you can just double click by using the mouse and you can just open a file and you clearly view the file as a folder or even as a software. Okay, so everything can be done easily just by using this graphical user interface. And one more thing, even the non-educated person, okay, the person who is not education or literacy, okay, the person is not literate, then even he can also use this uh, graphical user interface to create their own file system. Okay, so multiple application can execute simultaneously in Windows, and this is known as multitasking. So when you when you when you are using your computer, you may come across these things. Okay, so some of your some of you can know what is multitasking. So at the same time, when you're playing in any game, you can even when you can even hear some songs, listen to some songs while typing. Okay, at the same time, when your parents came, you just minimize the games and listen to the music, or stop listening to the music and you start typing something and tell them that you're doing your homework. Okay, so this kind of uh, working multiple softwares at the same time simultaneously is known as uh, multitasking. Okay, so uh, Windows operating system supports this kind of multiple task. Okay, opening multiple tasks at the same time and working with it. So Windows operating system uses both keyboard and mouse as input devices. Mouse used to interact with the Windows just by clicking on the icons. Keyboards are used to enter alphabets, numbers, and special characters. Some of the features of Windows operating systems are access access application on the computer. So these applications are Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So games. So these are all the applications or softwares. So load any new program onto the computer, manage hardware such as printer, scanner, mouse, digital camera, etc. File management activities such as creating, modifying, saving, deleting files or folders. Changing, no, change computer settings such as color scheme, screensaver of your monitor, etc. So of the upcoming thing is the different types of different versions of Windows that are available from the beginning. Okay, so history. So in 1985, the first Windows 1.x was introduced. So GUI is also used. So before that, they'll be using DOS, Microsoft Disk Operating System, which does not include the graphic user interface. Okay, so this is the Windows 1.x is the uh, first Windows operating system that uses GUI to the existence. Okay, so mouse was introduced as an input device to this operating system. So next is uh, Windows 2.x. So this is introduced in the year 1987, and it supports minimize and maximize of window control panel features are introduced with various system settings and the customize option. Okay, so when the Windows 2.x was introduced, the main features are you can see that you can minimize or maximize the window as you need. Okay, next is Windows 3.x. This was introduced in the year 1992. Introduced the concept of multitasking, supports 256 colors, which brought more modern, colorful looks to the interface. Okay, so here you can see that the first multitasking option was introduced in this version, and you can see that it also supports 256 colors too for more brighter images or options. So Windows 95. So this was introduced in the year 1995. So start button was introduced here in this version. So Windows Explorer start menu 32-bit processor was introduced to focus more on my multitasking. Okay, so this 32-bit means you can see that at the same time at a particular instant of time the processor can handle 32 bits of data for execution of any kind of software. Okay, so this 32-bit eventually grow up to 64-bit. Nowadays you can see that you can configure your own bits of data. Okay, so threading, multi-threading, is the concept that can be used, overclocking, underclocking. So these are all the concepts that are available in in the updated versions of Windows nowadays, so that you can customize the bit that can be handled by the operating systems to the uh, uh, to its working principles. Okay. So next is Windows 98. Windows 98 is a software that is introduced in the year 1998. So this integrates a web browser, that is Internet Explorer, to the operating system, and the DOS, disk operating system games. Okay, gamings began to disappear as Windows-based games improved. Plug and play features was introduced. So plug and play means USB. Okay, so before this plug and play concept was introduced, everything must be inserted, and some driver must be uh, installed in your computer for proper working of any kind of hardware. Say, for example, if you want to attach a scanner to the computer, then a technical person will be coming to your system and attaching the scanner to your computer and install some drives and make them work properly in your computer. Okay, so uh, but nowadays you can see that, hmm, you can just buy the scanner, and you can just plug into your computer without any technical help. You can just insert it, and you can see that by using this USB connect interface, the driver will automatically install into your computer. No need of installing, downloading, or even to work with the scanner. Okay, so this is a way of using plug and play concept. So this was introduced in the year 1995, sorry, 1998. So next is Windows NT. So the year which this was introduced is not given here. So so it consists of designed especially for server and network processes. Okay, so that's why it is known as NT. And next is Windows ME means Millennium Edition. So this was introduced in the year 2000. So it comes and it has a new feature which is known as automated system diagnosis and recovery tool. Say, for example, if you are having any faulty hardware which is connected to the operating system, then this operating system will diagnose it and tell you that this part of the hardware is not working properly. And even you can see that recovery tools, if you lost any files, this recovery tools will uh, restore the data. And the next thing is Windows 2000. So this operating system is for business desktops, laptop systems. Four versions of Windows 2000 was released: uh, professional, server, advanced server, data center servers. So these are all the different types of Windows 2000 operating system that are meant to do some specific work. Okay. So the next thing is Windows XP, which was released in the year 2001. So this is the most famous operating system in the history of Windows. Okay, so in olden days, Windows XP is the software that will be available in every computer. Whenever you go and sit in a computer, there you can see this Microsoft XP. Okay, so this is a very simple operating system that can be used to work with. Okay, so this introduced 64-bit processor, improves Windows appearance by using these themes, and offer a stable version. So next version is Windows Vista, which is introduced in the year 2006, but it is not that much successful as Windows XP updated the look and feel of the window. So if you use this updated version, you can feel different of using this uh, Windows operating system. So next is Windows 7, which is introduced in the year 2009, and it has improved a lot of booting time means the time uh, which is taken from pressing the power button till it is usable. Okay, so it will be loading some files from the hard disk to operating system. So this takes some time in the previous version, but in this Windows 7 operating system you can see that it takes very less time to load all these functionalities. Okay, so that's why it's not as it's a very booting time was improved in this uh, Windows 7. And you can see that it also can recognize handwriting. It has Internet Explorer 8, etc. And you can see that next version is Windows 8, which is released in the year 2012. So Windows 8 is even more faster than the previous window. Start buttons was removed. Okay, the entire start button was removed. When you want to use start button, an entire screen will be changing there. Okay, so you can see that Windows 8 takes better advantages of multi-core processing, solid state drives, touch screen, and other alternative input devices. So, serves as a common platform for mobiles and computers. Okay, so this Windows 8 is operating system that can be used in any kind of device, not only a desktop application but also in mobile or any kind of micro electronic devices. Next is Windows 10. So Windows 10 was introduced in the year 2015. So since then, it is the most commonly used operating system in the Windows platform. So start button is again added here, and multiple desktop can be used. Okay, you can extend your desktop by using extra monitors. So in the you can see that in most of the films, when the hackers are using multiple screens, they'll be using this kind of multi extended desktops to display or to view multiple softwares. Okay, so next is you can see this Katana is a voice activated personal assistant which was included in this Windows 10. So like Amazon Siri is a uh, voice assistant for Amazon Echo. Okay, and Google voice assistants is available. So that kind of a voice activator voice assistants can be used here in this Windows 10. So with this we'll finish the class. We'll see this handling the mouse in the next class. Thank you, students.